Hey guys, welcome to Home on the Ranch. So for Christmas, I got a lead star. I bought it from Palmetto State Armory. It's made in Columbia, South Carolina. It's got the grunt on the side, but this is my first 300 Blackout. I've never shot one. You know, it's got some weird reviews online, different people saying different things. These are what the shells look like. I don't know if they're quite subsonic, but they only go 1,000 feet per second, and they have a big punch. And we don't do long range shooting because we're in Florida and we hunt. We have a bunch of nuisance hogs that tear up our pastures. We shoot them, and this is like a 30-30 style, big old 220 grain lead bullet. So within 100 yards, this thing should really whack something down. So. And I may find that I can shoot it even further than that. It's just in my regular 5.56 by 45 clip. It's a 30 round mag, and I've got a Leupold Rifleman 3x9 by 50 mm. This is the first nice scope I ever bought, and it was only decently nice when I bought it 25 years ago. So we just had it laying around. We're gonna try to get it sighted in enough to just shoot some rounds through this gun today. But I'm super excited. I like this thing. All right, guys, here we go. And I'm super excited. I've always wanted one of these. So let's see if we can hit that giant target down there. All right, range is hot. Okay, I forgot to load one in the chamber. Okay, here we go. Range is hot. Anybody see where that went? Okay, we're getting closer to the target. We scooted up some because I was like 2 feet low. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, range is hot. I did come up, but I only came up about 4 inches. I need to go way up. Okay, now let me try it. Okay, that was bullseye. It's on safety. All right, now we're gonna move back to 50 yards. All right, I was dead on at 25 yards. So this should be shooting like 1.5 inches high now, but we'll see. All right, it's still dead on at 50. I don't like this trigger. I'm sure there's a trigger adjustment. I'm gonna have to read and figure out about it, but it's kind of, you gotta pull it way back and it's not super smooth. I like a trigger that when you squeeze it, as soon as you squeeze it, it fires off. This one comes back a good long ways. So we'll scoot back some and see how it does. Okay, Maddox is gonna shoot the sucker now. So we just put the magazine in. Hang on. So now to load one, you see on the other side. Yes. Here, lean down so the camera can see it. Push that. Now you're loaded. The safety's still on. So sit down, get aimed up. We'll have you take a couple, aim for the very center of that target, get real steady. You have to take the safety off, and then we'll go down and check out what we did. We're 51 yards away. We'll just call it 50. Keep your head down in the scope. Don't take your eye out of the scope. It's really quiet, and it's also hardly any recoil. I really like it. Okay, put the safety on, then let Leroy. Here you go, Lebo.
You straight out of bullets, or?
What? No, there should be quite a few in there.
It's quiet, but he doesn't kick it off. The gun doesn't even move.
Yeah, that thing is smooth. I think the trigger needs to be adjusted. I have to pull it back.
I don't see a problem with the trigger.
I don't like how far you have to pull it back. Like my Brownings are all like, as soon as you squeeze them, they go off.
Sure, I did have to pull that one pretty far back.
Ow. Oh, my beard got stuck in the adjustable stock. Hey, safety.
Do you aim at something and see if you think it's sighted in good, or if we need to adjust it?
The orange is very sighted in.
It's left, but I think it's pretty on.
Up and down?
Up and down.
But you think it's a little bit left? How much left?
I was aiming at the number 9 above, and it shot like an inch left every time.
An inch left? Okay, here's this dime.
Is it quarter clicks?
It's on the side, and it says if you want to go left.
Well, I want to move it to the right. So.
See if that was the right way. More?
It's pretty close.
Okay.
Let me shoot one more.
All right.
I don't know. I might just be pulling left. It's still a little left.
Okay, drop the magazine. Okay. Now eject that bullet. Okay, now lock it back. So
Hey, I got you.
All right, you know how to do it.
Hey. It's nice. I like it.
All right.
I think it's still a little bit left though.
Okay, let's go down there and check it. All right, guys, so you can see that all of our shots were left. So we don't have one that went right. And a couple times we were aiming at the number 9, a couple times we were aiming at the number 10, and then we were aiming at the center. So at 50 yards, we are a ½ inch low. This was the last shot, the closest one to the number 9. So we're a ½ inch low and a ½ inch left. We're gonna adjust for that. And then our 0 will be at 50 yards. So if we go out to 100, we should be an inch high, and at 200, we should be kind of back on zeroed. But we'll see. So we're gonna go out to 100 today and see where it shoots, but let's get zeroed in at 50 right now. All right, now Micah's gonna run some through it.
I lost it. There she is. You're 3 inches high, probably. I don't know where that one went. You were right on the second one. On the third.
I think there may only be one left. What'd you think?
Nice. Well, no, there's no recoil or anything with that.
Yeah.
It's sweet.
In there, because it's, I'll have to look to make sure that is subsonic, but it's only 1,000 feet per second. It's still a loud boom, but there's not the crack.
Yeah.
Crack, and that's what always jacks your ears up. So if we had a suppressor on the end of that, oh my gosh, that sucker would be, because you can hunt hogs at night, and that's what I really want, is like a nighttime hog hunting gun that won't, wake the neighbors and all.
First, second, and then third was down here.
So it's all around the middle, and the gun's dead sighted on at 50 yards. The reason we're not hitting the middle is because inside of our scope, we don't have we don't have like the Christmas tree where you can adjust and go down. I just have, crosshair reticles, and the crosshairs at 50 yards cover up the center. So you can't even tell, if you're shooting the size, that's the size of like, that MOA is probably 2 inches from the top to the bottom. And at 50 yards, that's as good as you're gonna do, just because you can't see any better with that scope. So we don't shoot hogs further than 50 yards. Well, honestly, most of the time it's 50 feet. So we're set up pretty good. All right, we're gonna try we zeroed at 50, and now we're gonna try from 100. We're still shooting 220 grain, 300 blackouts. They're supposed to go about 1,000 feet per second. What we were looking at online says if you're zeroed at 50, you should be an inch or so, or an inch and a half high at 100, and then at 200 you'll be like a half low, and at 300 it drops like 30 inches. So we're not going to go to 300. I wouldn't shoot subsonic ammo that far. All right, if you guys, okay, so we're at 108. We're a little bit long, but range is hot. Is everybody good with that?
Yeah. All right, we'll see. Cover it up. Earmuffs. Dad jump.
Head went hands on my uniform.
Ready? Right? She just doesn't like my hands.
Yeah, she doesn't like that.
The noise, she's like, I don't care about that noise. See?
I don't know where you is.
No. You're feisty. Did
You
you
got
hit
a
it?
grouping way low.
Really?
Yeah.
How low?
Just like,
Whoa.
Did you calculate for being up 10 feet?
doesn't matter, man.
How does it not matter?
So how much low do you think? Wow, so this subsonic ammo, if you zero at 50 yards, at 100 yards, you're like 5 inches low. Interesting. Okay, let's go down there. Okay, so that is from 108 yards, I was aiming at the black in the very dead center of this target. That is a 1 inch up and down and 1.5 inches left and right MOA. That is from 100 yards with a scope that's not very good. That is one tight grouping. So Lead Star arms, they're 300 Blackout. That is super good. But I'm 5 inches low. So the gun is shooting awesome. That grouping, I would take that. You know, I'm not a professional shooter. We don't shoot that often. We do love to shoot, but I hunt more than I shoot. And I mean, that's, you know, from left to right, up and down, that's smaller than a deer's heart from 108 yards. I'd take that all day. But I'm wondering if I should zero my rifle in at 100. If I zeroed it at 100, what would it look like at 50 yards? Because 50 is more likely where I would shoot. I probably wouldn't shoot out to 100, but I don't want to be 5 inches low at 100. I'd rather be an inch high at 50 and 3 inches low at 100. So let me think. I'm gonna think about adjusting. Okay. All right, Lee's gonna shoot it now. We decided we're going to try to split the difference between 50 yards and 100 yards. So we should be 2.5 high at 50 and 2.5 low at 100, and we should be dead on at 75. But I was told there wasn't going to be any math on this New Year's Day, so it's a baby. Look at this cute little baby. It's a baby. Just do 3. Tell us when you're going.
Go.
All right, one more. All right, get it all. All right, so I just rechecked it from 50. I'm perfect left and right from 50 and 100. And from 50, I'm 2 inches high with the 220 grain 300 Blackout ammo. And at 100, I am 2.5 inches low. So I'm gonna watch some videos and try to figure out if that's all right. If there's a better zero yardage, but comment below, let me know what you guys do, because this is my first time using this thing. But this Lead Star, I mean, it's shooting some serious tight groups. It's pretty awesome.